At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the president of the Friars Club of California, Milton Berle, your Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. And good evening, gentlemen. And Con. Well, Charlie. And welcome. And welcome to another Friars Festival of Filth. You must, out there, be asking yourselves tonight why we are honoring Ed McMahon. Why is the Friars honoring Ed McMahon? And I'll tell you why. Because we ran out of fucking Jews. Gentlemen, tonight is dedicated to the proposition that the continuous mention of the word fuck will remind my prick of what it once used to do. I predict, in all seriousness, that this evening will be the most thrilling evening since Dudley Moore climbed up Susan Anton's leg and found Gary Hart writing his life story inside of her cunt. Incidentally, I hear that Gary Hart's new book, it's coming out, is called 6 Inches from the White House. It's strange, it's very strange, gentlemen, that I should be back here again. Holy Christ. I was in this room just 2 weeks ago for a seminar on premature ejaculation. It was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. I got here 5 minutes to 8, the fucking thing was over. Gentlemen, tonight you're going to hear a lot of talk about eating cock and kissing ass. And rightfully so. That's how our guest of honor has kept his job all these years. It's a big night. It's a big night for this man, and I'd say that naming Ed McMahon the man of the year is like naming Dr. Ruth the fuck of the month. You have seen Dr. Ruth, everybody. Love the way she speaks. You are on the air. Do you use an IUD or no? A condom? Good. On account of Dr. Ruth, Oral Roberts is changing his first name. Now, I must tell you something, seriously, that happened a couple of months ago. McMahon called me up at the house, and he said he was terribly grateful that he was being honored by the Friars, but, you remember this, but he was a little nervous of what to say in his thank you speech. And this is the advice he got. Listen, you fucking coos breath. Don't try to top the comedians. Just be humble and don't make an asshole out of yourself, you Irish cocksucker. Then Ruth said, now would you like to speak to Milton? Now before we continue, let's get something straight. The reason I am here tonight, gentlemen, is because I love this man. I love Ed McMahon. And I'm not, Eddie, I'm not going to say another bad thing about McMahon. I mean that because he never said anything bad about me. Of course, he did call my wife Ruth a yenta bitch, a pain in the ass, and a bad hump. But fuck her, that's her problem. Gentlemen, tonight we are paying tribute to a great star, a man who's hip, sharp, and fully aware of the many changes that are going on in the world today. For example, just last week, this man walked into a drugstore and yelled, "Give me 6 condoms and a pack of cigarettes." Aware. This man we're honoring tonight, Joan Rivers' foreskin. This man, I thought Johnny would applaud. This man, this beautiful man, this lovely Irishman, had a very tough climb to the top. At the age, Ricardo, Cantinflas, I fucked your maid. Ed McMahon has had a tough... I'm laughing because I read the joke. He's had a tough climb to the top. At the age of 18, do a little research, he got a job in a carnival show where he had his own booth. Women used to sit on his face, and he had to guess their weight. After that, he wanted to break in as a comedian, so he went to the very fabulous William Morris Agency in Ted. Great agents. They just signed Bo Derek for radio. So one of the agents at the Morris office said to this gentleman, said to Mr. McMahon, "What do you do?" And Ed said, "What do I do? I'm the only man in the world who can fart the Star-Spangled Banner." And the agent said, "Terrific. Let's see you do it." So Ed pulled down his pants and his shorts and proceeded to crap all over the carpet, the chair, the desk. The fucking room was a mess. The agent jumped up and screamed, "What the fuck are you doing?" And Ed said, "First I gotta clear my throat, don't I?" That's what he said. He said this man here. I guess, gentlemen, you guys out there in the audience must be wondering, as you look at this fabulous dais, how we allot the time for the speakers to speak. Well, here's exactly how it works. If you've got a cock that's 4 inches long, you do 4 minutes. If it's 5 inches long, 5 minutes. 6 inches long, 6 minutes. Most of this dais will only bow. Balls don't count. You know, I've known Ed McMahon, this Siberian hunk of horseshit, for a long time. So many years. When I first met Ed in Philadelphia, he was screwing my cousin. Really, and I didn't even know he knew Irving. But this, Ed has been a very, very, very close and true friend of mine. And of course, you gentlemen, you all know what a true friend is. That's a guy who goes out and gets 2 blowjobs, then comes back and gives you 1. And that's how he's got along so well with Carson all these years. Plus another reason, it was Eddie who taught Carson what parts of cocktail waitresses are edible. And when it comes to cocktails, this man is an authority. I don't know if you know this, but he never drinks water because he found out fish fucking it. We all know that the Irish are big drinkers. Jews, they don't drink too much. It interferes with their suffering. But this man here, booze, booze, booze. It's all he's got on his mind. He thinks that every place he goes into is a saloon. That's what he thinks. Wait till I turn the fucking card. He thinks every place is a saloon. He went to his proctologist, bent over, and said to the doctor, "Give me 3 fingers. Give me 3 fingers. 3 fingers, give me." For those of you who have never been out socially with Ed McMahon, I must say that he adds a special flavor to every party. And I mean a special flavor. He always winds up pissing in the punch bowl. 93, 94. And we all know that Mr. McMahon is the spokesman for Budweiser. That's true. And I'll tell you how he got the job. By kissing Anheuser's Busch. Booze, booze, and coos, coos. For years, women thought that Ed was the greatest swinger in the world. Then one day they discovered the secret. He was putting cork in his cock. That's a baseball joke. It's too clean. Do it tomorrow. If you can switch that, you're like Merv. This man. Oh, what? So fuck you, too. This man. Ed, wake up. I'm talking about you. Will do anything to get a hard on. Last week, he rubbed Alpo on his pecker and crouched over a Pekingese. Then when his wife saw all the little teeth marks on his prick, he told her he was in Tijuana at a cockfight. He once went with a Nafka whose cunt was so big he had a finger fucker with Billy Barty. This shamrock schmuck will fuck anything. He's kinky. Once he was in a swimming pool with 6 fags. A condom floated to the top of the pool, and one of the fags yelled, "All right, who farted?" Freaky, freaky. When Ed was in the Marines, he got off a ship in San Diego, and he picked up a hooker. And while he was bawling the broad, he said, "How am I doing, baby?" And she said, "Honey, you're doing 3 knots. You're not hard, you're not in, you're not getting your fucking money back." Before we proceed with the show, gentlemen, and introduce our first speaker, I'd like to ask our guest of honor a question, a very important question, and you would know the answer. Ed, what is the difference between a pussy and a cunt?
I don't know, Milton.
Good delivery. Well, a pussy is a mound of flesh that is in between a woman's legs that is covered with silk, flaxen hair that you can kiss and caress and make love to tenderly. And a cunt is the one that owns it.